Hi, my name's Mike. I have one of these Intex 18 foot by 52-inch Ultra Frame pools. This is our second season. We're getting ready to shut it down. It's already September, so it's been cold at night, so the pool water hasn't been getting up to temperature. But I thought I'd give a little review after the second year and a few tips and tricks. We never owned a pool before. We installed this ourselves. As you see, we're on hilly land. You know, we got a hill going down there. So we hired a contractor to come out and level it and then put up these beams. And then we did the sand ourselves. Watch YouTube videos on how to level the pool and lay the sand down. All that worked perfect. I'll put links into the videos I watched. Now, the ladder that came with it was real flimsy, so we ended up buying this like $300 ladder, which was also kind of flimsy. So I put in these fence posts and cemented them in the ground and put a little bracket across and of course nailed them in, and I put a few extra screws in there to shore it all up, and now it's a whole lot better. Kids can jump off it with no problem. Haven't had a single problem out of there. We bought one of those little yellow cases at Home Depot for like 10 bucks. A storage container we filled up with this pea gravel and weighted it down. All that worked perfect. The poles held up remarkably well. I'm really impressed. We did put a skimmer in. That's a Hayward skimmer, and I'll include a video on or a link to that in the descriptions. That's been remarkably well. That's worked. This is a lifesaver. I highly recommend doing this. You gotta kind of jury rig it a little bit for it to get to go right. I bought this storage container to put the pump in. So I got the pump in there. I got a little spa heater, which helps. Doesn't warm the pool up a whole lot, but it does help raise the temperature a little bit when it's running. You can feel it in the outtake where the water comes out. It's a few degrees warmer than what's going in, so it does help. We got the solar cover, which also helps. I would highly recommend that. We also got this little, it's called a creepy crawler, and we got it on Amazon, and it's a pool vacuum, and you throw him in there, and for the price, he does a great job. Don't get me wrong, he's not perfect. You gotta kind of tinker with him every now and again, get the settings and all that stuff, but it does work. Good buy, highly recommend them for the price. I mean, if you want to go spend $500, I would imagine that'd probably work better maybe, but I'm kind of cheap, so I went with him for like 150. I forget what he was, but yeah, he works great. The storage container I bought on Amazon, and it keeps everything nice and closed, keeps it out of the weather. The pump fits in there perfect. You know, I got a hole saw, did a couple things there. And then I put on this little lever to, or this little valve to backwash and all that, which probably needs to be done. I'll run through that real quick. Turn it off. Turn it on backwash. Open my valve. Turn it back on. And there she goes. And I got her coming out to this little drainage thing. During this winter, I'm going to run that underground and run it down the hill there. I'll hard pipe that, you know, so that won't be sticking out next summer. But that works really well. I'll run that for a few minutes. We're getting ready to shut it down. We bought a close kit on Amazon. We used it last year, and when we opened it up, it was crystal clear. I mean, clearer than it is now. So we're going to do the same thing again. If it worked once, we're going to try it again. Got this little bench here that opens up for all the grandkids' toys and stuff. But overall, really impressed with the Intex Pool. Held up really well. No issues. Easy to clean. Now, if you think I've seen a lot of these on people's yards, and they're all out of whack and they look like crap. If you're not going to maintain them, I wouldn't bother getting it. I mean, this is a little bit of a job. You got to keep it up. You got to keep your chlorine levels up, your pH, all that. Also, another tip is when we were installing the pool, when the water started getting halfway up, the frame wasn't level anymore. The water was pulling it down. So I ended up getting a car floor jack and cutting out a 2x4 to fit in there like this. So it fit in there just perfect. Then I had the floor jack down there. I pump it up a little bit and I put shims down in here. And then I got a strap going all the way around because I was a little nervous about them legs kicking out, but I don't think it would have been an issue. But I got the nylon strap tie down going all the way around. See, there's another shim right there, so that brought it up back to level, because once the water gets in, that's a lot of weight, and it started making it look all funny. So when it was about halfway, when it was like up to the gray, I got the floor jack and did all that, and that worked really well. And the frame stayed the same. It's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it works, but like I said, this is a little bit of upkeep, so if you think it's just plug and play where you just buy it, set it up, and then it takes care of itself, don't do that. All right, so let's turn this back off, and then I will put it on rinse, run it on rinse. And now I also got my pump hooked up to the Google Home, my Google Home. I got one of those little plug-in things there. And so I got it on timer, so it comes on early in the morning. It'll come on like midnight to 8 a.m. when it's coldest out. And then I got it come on about 1 o'clock right before I come home from work. And it stays on until like 6 or 7. All right, so it's rinsing. And that should be all good. See, it's all running downhill now, out into the lush woods. Okay, so I turn that off, turn on filter, close the valve, turn it back on, we're good to go. There we go. See, beautiful. And so yeah, the Google thing works really well. I recommend it because it's on a timer and all that. I can go, hey Google, turn off the pool pump. And did it get it? Yep, there it goes. It turned off. See? Hey Google, turn on the pool pump. And there it goes. It starts back up. So that's really awesome to have. I love technology. So just wanted to shoot a quick review and a couple of tips. If you got any questions, put it in comments and I'll answer them. But overall, for the price, it's a great pool. We looked at the Doughboys and stuff for like $6 grand, and I wasn't sure, since this is our first pool, if we want to do all that upkeep and if we wanted to invest that kind of money. So we got this, and I'm gonna keep this until it says it'll last 5-6 years. So we'll see. But thank you, and give me a like. Thanks. Bye.